At least 30 shacks are on fire in Hercules in Pretoria. And our reporter Sipho Stuurman is there for us. Sipho, thanks very much indeed for joining us. I can see the smoke behind you, but give us a sense of what's been playing out there in Hercules.
Well, a very good afternoon to you, Peter, and our viewers at home. As you mentioned, we're coming from Hercules in Pretoria, west, where several shacks have been torched when a fire broke out in this area. The firefighters are still busy trying to contain it. We understand that the fire broke out several hours ago, and about 3 people have sustained minor injuries and have been taken to healthcare facilities. And maybe I can just step out of the shot there. You can see that only now the firefighters are managing to take control of the situation. The smoke is still very much alive, an indication that the fire was quite destructive and it was quite difficult to put out because of the winds that we're experiencing. There's still a lot of wind that we're experiencing here, which made the work of the firefighters a bit difficult. But to get a better picture and understanding as to exactly what happened, I am joined here by Charles Mabaso, who is from Tshwane Emergency Services. Thank you very much, sir, for your time. If you can just talk to us, when did this fire actually break out, and what has been the challenge in terms of putting it out?
Thank you, and very good afternoon, and to your listeners. The fire was reported to the Tshwane Emergency Services just before 3. That is when our first response arrived on scene. Upon arrival, the fire had started from the north side of the settlement and was being driven by the wind towards the east. And the first arriving unit had to intercept the fire so that now the rest of the shacks could not be affected. They were then followed by a backup of additional 4 stations that arrived on scene to come.
Now let's talk about the statement that you sent out earlier about the people that were injured here. Talk to us. Are there any fatalities, or is it just people with minor injuries?
Fortunately, there are no fatalities. We only have transported 3 people with minor injuries to Pretoria West Hospital.
Do we know what caused the fire?
The cause of the fire is undetermined at the moment, but one cannot rule out open fires during times like this. Yes.
All right, and I see some of the residents are still around here trying to save whatever they can. Just describe to us the situation earlier on. How was it like here? On social media, it seems people were scrambling, trying to save whatever they can from this fire.
Yeah, definitely. People try to scramble for whatever they can save. We've got few people that are standing by. We have arranged for our disaster management, and we have got an official from the City of Tshwane Human Settlement. They are conducting an assessment to further assess as to how they can assist the residents that have been affected by the fire.
Do we have an idea, an estimate of the number of residents that will have been affected by this fire now?
Currently, we have counted 40 shacks that have been burnt down, and normally a household would be around 3 or so. So then one at the moment is estimating that around 120 people are affected, but our disaster management officer will then have a consolidated number.
All right, thank you very much, sir. That is Charles Mabaso, who is an official from Tshwane Emergency Services. And perhaps if again, Motsabi, we can pan this direction and you can just see that some of the people that are affected here have managed to take whatever they can. I see mattresses there, I've seen some cupboards. So people try to save whatever they can from the fire. But as we are told here by the Tshwane officials, about 120 people are affected, which means they will not have roofs over their heads this evening. But Tshwane Emergency Services says that there will be a plan to try and offer the people that are affected accommodation. Firefighters are still at the scene, but I think right about now they've contained the fire, and it's just the last bit of efforts to try to make sure they've put out all the flames. Again, 120 people have been affected. 3 have been taken to hospital after sustaining minor injuries. Peter.
Sipho Stuurman, thanks very much indeed for that update.